Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first iteration of the Information Timeline series. Today, we'll be talking about social media. So hello, I am Kim Luby. I am the Instruction and Information Literacy Librarian here at Atkins Library. My email is kluby@uncc.edu, and you are welcome to email me with questions about finding sources, getting information, search words or search terms, and working on your research topic. So our agenda for today, we're going to be talking about the background of social media, how to find social media, and how to use social media. So background of social media, you may be a little surprised. So when was the first social media application? The first generalized social media application was founded in 1997, and it was called 6 Degrees. And the idea of this social media platform was that all humans are connected by 6 degrees of separation, meaning if you take everyone you know, everyone they know, everyone they know, go out 6 degrees and the whole world should be connected. And this social media platform decided that they wanted to try and prove that. So I'm going to do some history of popular social media sites. I just want to connect the years they were founded in connection with the internet that was available, because we know social media exists pretty much just on the internet and through the internet. So first up, we have dial-up, then we have 1997, 6 Degrees, LiveJournal, 1999, MySpace in 2003. And I know MySpace is in general considered to be the first social media application, and that's totally fine if you still want to leave it as that. But no one seems to know about this 6 Degrees. Don't worry, I didn't know about it. So after MySpace, we now have cell phones that pretty much can only call or text. So Facebook in 2004 is founded, YouTube in 05, Reddit 05, Twitter 06. And now DSL is taking over, meaning we have faster and better internet. So we've got Tumblr, which is very photo heavy in 07, Foursquare in 09, Instagram, which is all photo by 2010. After that point, Wi-Fi has pretty much fully taken over. Everyone has Wi-Fi. It's fast and you can upload things and download things, and it just goes really quickly, much faster than dial-up. So we've got Snapchat in 2011, Pinterest in 2011, and then by now smartphones are taking over. Most people have a smartphone that connects to the internet. Vine comes out in 2012, Discord in 2015, TikTok in 2016, and who knows what will be next. Also, I know you can't see, but I have a cat climbing into my lap. We would not be a video at home if we didn't have a cat. This is Luna. She looks very happy to be on this video. If you keep watching my videos, you're gonna see various cats and kittens pop in. I have 2 cats at home, and I rescue and foster kittens. So they will be featured in some of my videos because you can't record without an animal coming flying in. So what is the publication process behind a social media post? So this seems really silly to ask this question right now, and trust me, it'll make more sense once we keep getting into more in-depth sources like academic journal articles and books. But I want you to have this in your mind so you can compare it to those longer publication processes. So to make a social media post, you all know how to do this. You form your post, you write it up, take the picture, write the tweet, edit if you want it to. And then next, this is kind of a silly question, but does it go through any editing process in terms of having other people look at it? You know, do you show your friends your social media posts before you make them? Hopefully if you have a job where like you're a social media coordinator, that you're having other people look it over before you post to make sure it looks good, it's accurate. But in general, when we're doing our own social media sites, we do it ourselves and then hit send and it's done. And this usually takes, less than a few minutes tops. It might be just a few seconds. So how long does it take to create a tweet, Instagram post, Reddit post, Facebook status, etc.? Minutes or less, just as long as for you to type it up or create the picture. So how much does social media cost? In general, we think of it as being free, right? It's free to access, it's free to sign up. Most social media sites do not make you pay. But I want you to be aware of some of the hidden costs, because behind that, you have to have access to the internet, you have to have a device, you have to pay your electric bill. So there are costs behind it, but in general, to actually use the social media sites and platforms, it is free. So how do you access social media? Again, I know you all know this, but I'm covering this because it'll make more sense once we go through into the more types of sources that you may not be as familiar with. So you use it through your phone, through your computer, and it's just digital, right? You know, have you ever printed out a tweet and just handed it to your friend and you're like, look at this tweet I found, or look at this Instagram post I found? No, it is shared pretty much digitally through some sort of device or computer, usually your phone. So finding social media, I am actually going to skip this. I'm going to assume that you all know how to find social media posts. You know the sites to go to, you know the bloggers, content creators, and you know how to use hashtags. Hashtags is how you're going to find social media posts. So using social media, I'm sure you've been thinking about this the entire video, but my professor said I can't use social media. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can use social media. So what can you use from it? First off, opinions. People love to post their opinions online, and you can follow hashtags to see what people are saying. So if you are writing about something that has been going on recently and you know people have made social media posts about it, you can use those as examples. Use some quotes. Remember, it is not proof of something, it's just an example of something. So just because someone said it doesn't mean it's true, but because they said it, you have an example of like an opinion, and you can use those quotes. You just have to say why you're using that. So same with photos. If your topic has any visual aspect, it'd be great to have photos from social media. The example that I like to use is if you are researching tattoos, you know, people post tons of photos about tattoos and body art on visual social media sites, so you're going to find lots of examples there. You can look for data. So when I say you can find data on social media, I don't mean you can find data that people have created. I mean that you can use social media as data itself. So if you want to research something going on, like let's say a recent political movement, and you want to know what people's opinions are, you can look through social media posts and, you know, use a sample and just say, I browsed through, let's say 50 tweets about the most recent election in my area and found that this many people were talking about this person, this many people were talking about that person. That's what I mean by using it as data. Points of view, that's very similar to opinions. You can just find lots of different points of view online. Just remember to discuss why you chose that specific quote or person when you're putting that into your final research. Memes, memes. These might not work in your final project, but we know that social media is full of them. Perhaps you could look at the messages of the memes and see what messages those memes are conveying and see if that relates to your topic, and you could work it in. And then finally, links. So if you say you found something on social media, you're really saying that social media shared that. So people like to share all sorts of articles on social media, but those articles are their own type of source that they came from somewhere else. And really social media is just sharing the link to that source. And we know from our own experience that some articles online are more reputable than others. Some are just very heavily biased or opinion-based. No matter what your political, social beliefs and leanings are, we know that there are bias and opinion pieces on everything all over the internet. So it's easy to talk about what is being shared, but you still want to think twice before you use a link that was shared, and you want to verify that it matches what you want to use in your final research as a reputable source. So that's all I have to say about social media. So thank you for following along on this first video. If you have any questions, you can find me at Atkins Library and at kluby@uncc.edu.